So let's take a look about thickness on pressure, which is this button here. Without this button, if you paint with the brush, you get the same thickness as you can see from the preview. You can see the preview of the brush if you press tab. See? So if you click on that button, then the pressure goes, will change the thickness of the brush from this current size to a minimal size. And as you can see, you can really control the look of your stroke in very easily. You need only a little bit of practice. Now, how can you make practice? How can you do something that actually help you to develop your own styles? I would say you need to go for some copying, like find like a photo. This is PureRef. This software is called PureRef. You can download it from pureref.com. It's a great tool. It's probably like $10, but is really worth it. And you can drag and drop, you can copy photos there, and it's basically like an infinite canvas. You can organize your images in one canvas, and you can keep it always on top. So for example, now the exercise I would recommend you to do is to find some photos of branches like this one, turn on the thickness on pressure, and then on a new empty layer, you try to do the same. It's copying the same thickness just by going with the pressure. Okay, and if you're able to do such a thing just with one stroke, is a lot better, because you don't have to go like back and forth on the same area. Anyway, the first times, like, feel free to do whatever you want, but the trick here is to develop something like a skill that allow you to get to the end result with just one pass. Okay, and that's about, the sensitivity of the pen. So if you feel like you don't have enough sensitivity, or you don't have control on what you're doing, you need to go back on the Wacom tablet properties and change that stuff. I feel like this is a good exercise also because it's easy, to change the thickness of the line without actually changing the size of the brush. And this allow me to feel like a little bit of freedom on the design side of painting. So I don't know, if I don't have to change back and forth the size of my brush, I'm more concentrated on what I'm doing, and the end result looks a lot better most of the time. And you can do this exercise also with other kind of photos, like, I don't know, rocks and grass. You see, like this grass close to you is like thicker, so you can have like a thicker line on the brush, and then as long as you go far away, you have like a thinner side. You can go smaller with the brush side, for sure. Okay, but then the fact that you have the pressure also to handle will I would say give you more chances to get something different, I would say. Okay, so it's a great tool, and you need to understand how to use it, when to use it. And for example, if you want to make like a square, okay, let's say that you have to make a square and you have to paint a square, you can just like paint the square, then fill it. But you see is like there's some problems here, so you can like pick the other color and like fill this area, and you can go really like gentle with the pressure, so the size of the brush will be very small, and you can do very small changes in the details. Okay, and this is incredibly useful, since you don't have to change the size or the type of brush every 2 seconds. And I mean, it's, time is important, so you need to understand how to, use your time as the best as you can, and that will give you more, time to do other stuff. Okay, so please find some photos and try to, copy them using just like the thickness on pressure, and like one single brush tip, like this one is fine. Remember that even if you have this option on, all the options about the shape dynamic are still there. So if you have size jitter to 0, the thickness will be just, decided by the pressure because of this option here. But if you go up with the size jitter, you see the you get both. I would say you get both the size on pressure, thickness on pressure, and the randomization of the single stroke. You see, so you get this kind of uneven line. And you can do the same with the roundness and the angle. So if you have roundness to 100%, some of these will be like squeezed, and the angle will rotate them. So this is a nice way to get something like a very a crazy shape line. You see, which is like kind of broken on the edges, and it reminds me more something like I don't know, a pencil or like an ink pen. This is part of the journey you have to do with brushes. You need to discover how to regulate angle, roundness, size, and all other things we are going to see in the next videos in order to make your own brushes. But anyway, size, thickness, on pressure is one of the most important, one of the most useful setting, I would say, that you have in Photoshop. So please find some photos and try to copy the design. Just don't go for things too complicated. Just like silhouettes. This is what you care about now. Silhouettes. Since even the first part in the digital painting workflow, it will be only about drawing silhouettes. So you don't need any shape dynamic, only like size on pressure, and so you can think about drawing silhouettes. You don't have to become crazy about details. Now it's only about silhouettes and nothing else. Okay, and when you're good at drawing silhouettes, then we can go with the next steps, which will be like filling those silhouettes, picking values, and then start painting with your custom brushes, and then going into details little by little. Once everything is, let's say, 80%, 90% correct. Okay, but silhouettes, is the base of everything. Without silhouettes, you cannot draw. You cannot have a composition. And to make nice silhouette, thickness on pressure is cool, because it gives you also the ability to tell, okay, this area here is a little bit like in shadow, so maybe it's a little bit thicker, or maybe this is, I don't know, something like more far away than some other things, so it's like thinner, and that's it. So you need to learn how to use thickness to immediately let people understand, or maybe yourself understand what you're doing. Maybe you have, I don't know, you have some shadows, and if you have some thickness, it will help a lot. And or even maybe because you need to fill an area, and so if you just press more, you get that area filled without changing tool or without changing brush, and that's really time saving, and it will help you a lot.